Hey guys, so Avery is a Girl Scout and it is that time of year.
Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Now somehow I always end up with leftover Girl Scout cookies. Yes, she is a very good salesperson. So this year I decided to make an outrageous dessert that's as delicious as it looks. And yes, this is totally a ploy to get you to buy extra Girl Scout cookies. I'm Meg and I'm passionate about finding ways to make life with kids easier in the kitchen. So let's go through our ingredients. You'll need Thin Mints and butter, chocolate chips and a little oil, and then mint chip ice cream and a whipped topping. The first step of our ice cream pie is to make the crust, which we are doing with Thin Mints today. So I have a food processor and I'll add them right to it. Now we'll process our cookies to make very fine crumbs. I've melted my butter, which acts as the glue in the crust. I'm gonna turn my food processor on low and drizzle it in. Today I'm using an oversized muffin tin for my pies because I love the size that they turn out, but you can also use just a regular sized muffin tin or an actual pie dish. And what I'm gonna do is just dump my crust right in here and spread it out with some wet fingers. And I'm just gonna use my fingers and thumbs to push the crust down and then bring it up around the edges. I'll pop these into my freezer for about 10 minutes until the crust is nice and firm. While my crust was setting in the freezer, I went ahead and melted the chocolate chips and the oil, and I did that just like I did in my chocolate covered strawberries episode, so check that out if you need some guidance. And now I'm gonna coat the crust with my chocolate. And I'm just using the back of my spoon to drag the chocolate up the side of the crust. This extra bit of chocolate really puts this dessert over the top. Now back into my freezer for 5 minutes. My chocolate has set in the freezer and now is the fun part, assembling the ice cream pie. So I have a little bit of mint chip ice cream and I love the way the green pops against the chocolate crust, and I've softened it a little bit so I can scoop it right into the pie. So next up we have our whipped topping. You can use a homemade whipped cream, something like frozen Cool Whip. I'm actually using a frozen whipped topping that's made from coconut oil, and I'm just gonna scoop it right on top. And finally, because I have one extra Thin Mint, I'm gonna break it in half and put it on top for some extra embellishment. So now I'll let these firm up in my freezer, which takes about 1 hour. I wanted to show you guys how amazing these mini ice cream pies look when you pop them out of your muffin tin. The thing I love about using muffin tins for this recipe is it makes it super flexible. So if you have half a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies left, go ahead and make an individual serving. If you have an entire box, like we do, make an entire ice cream pie for the family. I also like to mix it up by trying some trefoils in the crust, or however you pronounce that cookie. You can mix up the ice cream by using different flavors or crush a little bit of the cookie for topping. So I hope this inspires you guys to pick up a couple extra boxes of Girl Scout cookies this year. I know someone that's selling them. There you go,
Thank you. I recommend you buy these 5.
5 boxes? Do you accept credit card?
And give this recipe a try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Was it worth using up the Girl Scout cookies?
Mm-hmm.